Hi, this is Vivian with Year with the Gods Revisiting Breed 2019, and this is Mael Brigde, Casey Wolf, and she's going to talk to us about breed and poetry.
Is that it?
Yeah, go for it. It's all yours.
All right. Hello. Yeah, I guess you can see me all right. I wanted to start off, this was sort of a last minute thought, but a lot of us have been doing a daily devotional to Brigid with the clan Dorothian. So we're a little bit late, half an hour late for doing it today, but I thought we could just do that all together. So if you haven't got a candle lit and you want to, now's the time. And I will screen share with you, if I can figure out how to do it again, the words. There we go. All right. So I usually read it to myself in English first, just to pin into my head what I'm actually saying. And I'm just learning it in Irish. I praise Brigid, beloved in Ireland, beloved in all countries. Let us all praise her. The bright torch of Leinster shining throughout the country, the pride of Irish youth, the pride of our gentle women. The house of winter is very dark, cutting with its sharpness. But on Brigid's day, spring is near to Ireland. Goem water breacha, on when he the heaven, on when legak chiri, on a meshkolieri. Nakrindjana laina, so shukana chira, Kyanaro viverin, kyanna manamya. Chigun yaru jandu, yara lena yera, akela levrija, garden era ke. So I'm really, really happy that that group has got us all working together in this way. It's a really lovely devotion, and it's really wonderful to be sharing it with people when we can, all at the same time, and when we can't, just throughout the day. So now I will share another screen with you, except I keep disappearing this. There we go. I might just have to give up on my screen sharing. Oh dear.
What's the matter?
I'm trying. My PowerPoint is not behaving. I'm trying to get it to do something, and it's not doing it. So I'll just go. I'll just. You can see it with everything around it instead of a nice, pretty slide. That'll do.
Chris can probably pop on the mic and tell you exactly what to hit.
Well, it's not the. I know what to hit. It's not doing it.
It's just not doing it.
Yeah, it's just kind of. Oh, there it is behind us. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna stop trying to do that. Okay. Hi. I just wanted to say that I'm happy to be with you guys today and celebrating Brigid. I'm really thrilled that Vivian decided to do another Brigid conference this year, because obviously this is where I love to spend a lot of my time. I'm not so much going to be talking to you about poetry as reading you poetry and singing some songs, and if my screen share will cooperate, I'll put the words up, and if you know the tunes you can sing along or you can make up your own. And then there's also a few short meditations. So I'm approaching it as a kind of a long meditation. I think Vivian already told you that I founded the Daughters of the Flame, which is a Brigidine flame tending group. And Gemma mentioned that just by chance, we lit our first flame the same day that the sisters at Solus Regia lit theirs. So that is a wonderful connection. And I also wanted to say that I'm speaking to you from the unceded territory of the Coast Salish First Nations in Vancouver, Canada. So I had three main purposes in writing the poems and prayers that, well, I've written hundreds of them, but you won't have to hear that many. One reason is just to steep myself in contemplation. So it's a kind of writing the poems for me as a prayer. Also to express my need and my desire or my love for her. And another is to try to understand more of who Brigid is. And if I look really carefully at one particular thing, it just magnifies itself more in my mind. And so each poem holds a truth, a story about Brigid or a perspective on her, or whether it's as a saint or as a goddess. And they don't always agree with each other from poem to poem. They may not all reflect truth, or at least historical truth, but they have some kind of personal truth to them. But that's kind of the way with Brigid's lore. It's been around for a long time, so there are many layers and they often conflict with each other. And that's actually part of what I find so rich in being her devotee, is that there's no end to what I can glean from her traditions and the writings and whatnot. Also, when I wrote the poems, when I wrote a lot of them, the earlier ones, I believed that the saint and goddess were essentially the same being. And the longer that I look at Brigid, the more I see them as separate. And I don't know that there ever was an original connection between them, but we've certainly connected them now. And so in my heart, there's a connection. But I haven't tried to pull the strands apart. I'm just offering them to you and to Brigid the way they are. And I have to appreciate and apologize of my mangling of Irish words. And I just strive to improve. And also that I do say Brigid, which is a habit I got into before I had access to the internet. And I know that it really annoys some people, and I hope it can be not too much of a distraction for you. So there's three parts in what follows. The first is Seeking Brigid, which self-explanatory. The second is Brigid's Mirrors. So each poem is reflecting some part of the entirety of Brigid. And Continuation, which is back to the seeker, but from a perspective of a more matured relationship. Yes, so that's that. All right. Let's start with a meditation. So you can close your eyes, or you can just let them focus gently a couple of feet ahead of you. And settle yourself into a good position where you can be at ease and quiet, but remain engaged. If you find yourself becoming uncomfortable or losing attention or drifting off, feel free to shift your position, maybe do some stretches or a walking meditation or sip some water. But if you really need to sleep, then go ahead. We all like to be read to sleep. So become aware of your breath, the sound and sensation as the air comes into your body, the feeling as it moves through you, the stretching of tight muscles as your breath fills your lungs, and the gentle release of that tension as the air flows out of you again. Without trying to change or control your breathing in any way, just notice it. Notice how your body feels, where it's relaxed, where it's supported, where discomfort or pain exist. And just sit with the sensations of your body for a couple of breaths. Notice any thoughts or feelings that are moving within you. Don't worry about shutting down the ones you don't like or chasing them away. They're part of what's happening for you right now. They're a natural part of what's happening, and you can just sit gently with them without having to do anything about them. Hear the sounds in your room, the computer hum, your gurgling belly, your child. Hear the sounds outside of your room, in other parts of your home or on the street or flying overhead. Know that you belong in this place. We're here to think of Brigit, to offer her our respect and attention, perhaps for some of us, our love and commitment. So take a moment to reconnect with her, to welcome her once again. Now let my voice and the images in the poems surround and imbue you. Come with me as I seek Brigid and call to her, as I peek at her through the veil of years. I'm going to start with a song you've already heard today, and you may know it. So if you do, please sing along. And I am once again going to try to share my screen. Oh, there we go. I will kindle my fire this morning in the presence of Brigit and her holy women. Brigit, kindle in my heart within a flame of love to my neighbor, to my foe, to my friend, to my kindred all. To the brave, to the knave, to the thrall, without malice, without jealousy, without envy, without fear, without terror of anyone under the sun. Seeking Brigid. First encounter. Picture the seeker, young or steeped in age, fingers fast on keyboard or happy touching pages of a book. Her thoughts arrested, his heart speeding up a little bit. It's Brigit. Something of her speaks to me. Anvil and forge, green-leafed healing, liquid poetry, a goddess who is many, yet is one. There's something here that draws me, well of clouties and of prayers, a fire always tended, never dies. And she is pulled to know you. He is called to learn your name. Bone to bone. As you mended the horse's leg, put bone to bone, sinew to sinew, vein to vein, Brigid, mend my heart. Relighting the flame, Mael Brigde, 1993. Here in my own small room, I light a first beeswax candle in your name. Smell this. Honey fresh fills the soul with flowers, bees. A dozen friends in their own small rooms, linked by letters, linked by love, await their turn. That same day, that same year, half a globe away, Catholic sisters light your flame anew. Friends, supporters, stand of oaks, bubbling wells, hill of Allen, Curragh plain. All those paths you walked wake beneath their feet. Unaware, we light the same good flame, lovers of Brigid, gathering your gleam into our palms, cast it back into the world. Hearthfire. This morning I rise and waken the sleeping flame of my hearth. Brigid of the blessings, kindle me. Let me burn off self-deception, extend protective warmth to all, to friend and foe, to hawk and hen, to those who worry or repel. Let me build a fire of choicest fuels to withstand the dousing waters of my fear. When I lie down tonight, hearthfire banked, red gold marrow beneath the soft gray mantle of its ash, lie with me, Brigid, your flame enfolding mine, burning low and gentle till sunlight breaks the dark. Conversation. Digging into you like a blade in oak, dark, striated, knobbled, hard as bone with age, you give up your secrets reluctantly. Dig it out of me, daughter. Use that sharp thought I gave you. Burn it out. Immerse yourself in my seepage among my roots. Drink it in. Find it in the small strewn flesh of my abundant mast, dark and yielding to the teeth. It won't come easy, but my tangled crown towers high. My limbs are broad and crooked. My trunk is a steep and worthy climb. Come, know each iron-tanged portion. Taste my knowledge. Enter my heartwood, grow free. Why I tend your flame? Why return always to this endless ritual of 19 days plus one? On the 20th day of the cycle, when each sister has had her turn, you keep your flame alive. In the evening of the following day, you offer me the glowing coal to kindle my own small fire. I am so forgetful. I strike the match, and before the wick is blackened, I'm 1,000 miles away, planning, worrying, angry, wishful, hurrying to accomplish this and that. If I am so very forgetful, why return? In that moment, when I take a breath, place the candle in its lantern in its cauldron, pour water clean and fresh around its base. When I add the blue juniper, whisper words of honoring, of sharing, and of blessing, of request. When I open my hands to receive your eye-bright coal, my heart opens with them. I glimpse this wider land, this wider life. Come closer, for one fraction of a second, awake. This is your gift to me. Mine to you is to return again and again to this moment of ignition in my soul. Ancestral dream. I lie beneath the sprawling halo of the oak, its roots far sunk in the other world. My eyes veiled and quiet, the taste of poetry light upon my lips, and dream of you, Brigit. This dream, youngest daughter of 1,000 older dreams, your face transforms in the changing light, voice to voice, silence to silence, so much forgotten, so much drawn anew. My ancestors lay beneath the oak, the roof pole, set out on journeys of the soul, their course, their vision, so different from my own. A goldfinch flutters in your outspread arms above me. A gold-torqued swan crests the offering pool. The sun-gold shimmer of your face bends toward me, Brigit. Golden scent of your amber honey. I breathe you in. With this dream of you, I link hands with those who came before me. Where we would argue, where our hearts would meet, I cannot tell. But the warmth of Imbash enters me, goddess of my kin, saint of my elder church. And through this dream of you, I rest with them. At sea. The greater the net, the more the mending. The vaster the ocean, the longer the waves. Sew, snip, restore our nets, brats stuffed in pockets, tied on waists, keep us from harm. We enter boats, hazel frame and ox hide, bob on lisping seas. You watch over us, Brigit, drive our way, shoals of glinting backs, steady our vessels of skin, stay the billows from pouring us a living offering to the deep. Monsters of the sea cry out your name when danger overwhelms. Resting on your steady thoughts, they find their way unhurt. On solid ground, I find myself canting, neither fluid nor firm. I turn to you again. Day dawns, yawns, subsides, months stretch long, then end, seasons hand one to one, each to the next in orderly procession. And every 20 nights, I light your flame again. As your festival reminds us to prepare our fishing gear, ready ourselves to face the leaping shoals. The rhythm of your flame guides me to wakening, to duty, to the long-made promise to live as best I can. Inviting, stilling, urging me onward. You are my compass, my rudder, my anchor, and my steady star on the eternal, shifting sea. Retreat. I came with candles, tears and pleas, prayers and praise and thanks. Then the silence seeped inside. Now I sit wordless, no longer alert, no longer keening, nor leaning in to ask or hear or tell, only held and still in this open grassy woodland, so like the outspread palm of a gentle hand. Come back to noticing your breath in your body. Notice where you're comfortable and where you need to move. You might want to change position or shake around a bit or do a stretch or two. And when you're ready, settle back down. Follow the movement of air as you breathe in and out, the temperature, the sensation as it touches your body. Listen for any sounds within your room, any sounds without. Breathe. I came with candles, tears and pleas, prayers and praise and thanks. This might not have been your experience with Brigit. Maybe you're just meeting her now. Maybe you've had a very different relationship with her, but in your own way, you've been seeking. So let your mind wander far, far back to the earliest memory you can find of searching for deity. If you have clear recall, and let those visions and sounds, the ideas resonate within you again. And if there's only a vague feeling or if there's nothing at all, just rest with that. There's no wrong way to do this. Now bring your mind to your earliest or your most profound memory of longing. Just longing. Doesn't matter for what. Sense the size and the shape of it, the heat or the cold, the flavor and the feel of that longing. Now remember a time when you were filled with the sense of knowing, of belonging, of connection, however you experienced it. It might have been a moment of joy with yourself or another, with the natural world or with deity. It may have lasted only for a moment and may have had no name, but let that memory come to you now. I sort of winged it a little bit at the beginning, and I forgot to tell you that you might want to have a pencil and piece of paper if you want to record anything. So if you do want to do that, you can grab something now. I just want to give you a minute to write down anything that may have caught you from the poems or your meditation that you just want to remember for later. And if there's nothing you want to write down, just sit with your breath, your memories, your sensations, just for a minute. Now let's gather some glimpses of Brigit. Two sides of the page. On the one side, three sisters stand together, twists of hammered gold circling their necks. One offers horseshoes in iron. One offers genealogies in verse. One offers the healing heart of song-charmed herbs. Fertile and passionate, they bring life into the world, the very wise wives of Bresh. From stout and steady fingers they lick the fat of piglets who are daily born again. They gaze at heroes, leaning on their spears. One-eyed giants roar in rage across the battlefield. Mighty women straddle streams, and one-eyed, one-legged mounts. Mists form an archway between the worlds. On the other side, 19 nuns bend, sow the seeds they've gathered in their skirts. A 20th sister captures lazy beams of sunlight, negotiates over chariot traces for this expanse of land. She has plucked her eye to dodge the marriage bed, finds another wife to suit the man she snubs. The learned flock to her, bishops file to her broad enclosure, seek confession, feasting, and fine, nourishing ales. Paupers walk off the richer goblets, necklaces, swords, butter, milk, and meat, dispensed with gentle, serious compassion by the bright-faced nun. Two sides of the page of Brigit, manuscripts of crumbled vellum, illuminating as the otherworldly mist. Brigid in the time before. Your land, curved and contoured, fleeced with trees, round each bend a place of magic, barrows, henges, rafts. The land below won by your kin, the land above conceded with many breaches to the gales. Salt butter in the souterrain, cheese upon the shelf, beef hung and rootstock in its place. Your people bright in hill forts, in the white sun's gleam, before the others came. Was it you who turned the round stone quern, who shaped the gathered wool, who threaded warp through weighted weft to weave the cloth, who drew the purple dye from lichen, red from alder bark, yellow from the many-blossomed weld. You who nursed the foster child with chills and blistering ills, who wove the ancient songs by firelight. Knot back your locks of gold, fair sister. Fold back your sleeves of flax. Your strong arms plunge in fishing weir and washing pool. Your light laugh leaves its echo on the bog. The poet's head. Broad, wise, radiant brow. Tresses gleam, divinity. Broken are healed by the stream of your breath. Your tongue cuts deft words, rounds or sharpens, sun-drenched coin, sweetest blackberry, poisoned fairy dart. Your praises elevate, your curses wither to the dirt. You are the poet's unrivaled head, advisor, matron, steward, friend. Lose you, the body weakens. Betray you, the poet dies. Well offering. Deep, deep and black, the shaft of your great well sinks through yielding earth to touch the she. Bronze, bronze and fine the offerings to goddess Brig, forged and split and given to your world. Below, below the shifting winds and rain-wet fog, below the bawling calf and peeling ewe. Far below, a goddess hears and listens. We cast our bounty deep into your well. Herb healing charm. Delight of eye, friend of cattle. Magic lies within. I pluck you, great thanks. Sing your charm into my ailing form. Comely herb, blessed of Brigid, goddess of healers, do your tender work. Brigid speaks with the sword. Brigid steps on the field of heroes, red blossoms, black mud churned, lays a hand on every broken stem. Knife cuts natal cord, scythe fells corn, sword harvests men. The smith prays to Brigid, grinds his blade sleek, hardens it as the warrior shields his heart. But the goddess is not numb to her tools. Brigid keens, addresses spell-rich sword. From earth we raised you, with fire made you, grieving and grateful, praise you. Now help me, sword, dig furrows for our dead. Non-duality. How so this goddess to war and healing, death and birth, both inclined? As the warrior slays the foe, herb and chanting slay the wound. No conflict there for Brigid, whose father's club with one end killed and one restored. Invited to the feast. Damn, that cauldron of yours could hold a bull, two maybe. All around its bronze perimeter, beings, thin-armed, huge heads, busy at strange doings, spring out in relief. Flames snarl hungry at its base. When you invited me to your feast, I was enchanted. Now I see your iron look, your hook-like hands. You reach and grab me by one leg and force me in the pot. This rebirth is clearly going to hurt. The Bugle. At Brigit's guest house, The knock of nail in board, the cough of tiller in earth, the lace of new leaves lifting from pungent soil, the whisper of winnowed chaff, the scent of bracken beer, the roll of long-handled spoon in well-stocked vat, the pluck of poet's harp, the shout of smith's iron, the mule of calf for his mother's teat, the press of feet to river, the impression of knees at well, the throat song of warblers, the scratch of dogs in midden, the bite of needle in wool, the trespass of breeze through unshuttered doorways, the rustle of pen on skin, the voice of man lent in surety against another's debts, the grunts of foster children at their game, the sudden laugh of welcomed traveler at Brigit's house. The king of the boars and the king of the cattle, to you, Brigid, to you, Brigid. The king of the rams is proclaiming his battle, to you, Brigid, to you, Brigid. With shoutings and groanings and terrible moanings, the demons are wailing tonight. To you, Brigid, to you, Brigid, we cling in our terrible plight. A goddess, three sisters, the proudest turn to you, Brigid, to you, Brigid. The sky cracks, the sea overflows, the earth splits open wide. To you, Brigid, to you, Brigid, we cling in our terrible plight. I think I need a sip. Threshold. Child of dairy slave and nobleman, you emerged at sun's rise on the Druid's doorstep, holy threshold, where cosmos and chaos play together, neither night nor morning, neither within nor without. Your mother's legs spanned existences. Maids bathed you with the milk she carried, fed you from the single teat of the red-eared cow. You are the line between, border with no dimension, boundary spilling in two directions, the single point. You are this breath between what may be and what may have been, fixed at the junction of land and sea and sky. The match struck, the fire not yet alight. Tending the hearth. Your fire burned for centuries behind the hedge, among the oaks, never gazed upon by man or boy, kept whole by holy women, and on the 20th day by you. Throughout the land, to every dwelling place, your flame was carried. Your unconsecrated daughters, old mothers, plump mothers, young girls who rose before the dawn, fed and blessed and fed and blessed and fed and blessed the family fire, calmed its flames each night, stirred it to life each morning, blessed it in your name and in the name of Christ and Mary, in the name of Patrick and Columcille, in the names of all the apostles and all the saints. Ash covered, thrice divided, peat protected, turf cut, porridge boiled, tea steeped, boots dried, nets mended, feet soothed, traveler welcomed, warmed and welcomed at the hearth. Season on season, age on age, with your fire the soul was kindled. With your fire the soul was kindled. Soul of people, soul of house. Weaving spring. Creased, calloused, stained with age, your hands free, fresh pulled rushes from the burden rope. Lift these few with which you shape the sunwise cross. The sun's eye turns mild in your fingers, 3 arms, 4, constellations of diamonds woven on joined sticks. Year follows year, the mud of marshes embellishing the soles of your feet. Red bracken replaced by green. She comes anew, the springtime. You weave her in. Brigit wakens. Frost clutches the thorn. Wrens huddle, feathers puffed, deer stiff with cold, nip tips of willow twigs. Brigit wakens, kicks her feathered blanket from her legs, descends from her bed to the frozen lake. Her touch tames the water's tension. Fingers melt its rigid plane, stir the cold broth mildly, back and forth. Sleepy trout rise stipple-sided from the muddy bed in sloth. Spring smooths winter's transfixed edges, urges green and busy life upon the land. By Brigit's day, milk retreats to the cow's horns from Christmas to Imbolc. With your return, the cow gives milk again. Wild birds mate, jackdaw and gray crow. The hen's egg, brooded, hatches safe and strong. Nothing in water or on the ground is not thinking of propagation. The farmer knows it. If he has not written his name on the land by Brigit's day, his work is late. Womb blessing. Brigid, may your fertile well heal my empty womb. Children to cheer me, to work beside me, to carry me when I fall back to your earth. Birth blessing. Your brat to shield my womanhood, your well to make me bloom, your girdle to ease my burden, keep me safe, your mantle to lighten my labors when the final hours are come, and bring my willing, worried breasts to leak. Keeper of cattle. Brigid, divine cowherd, keep us from straying, save us from harm. Tend your rumbling, wayward herd, lead us to sloping summer meadows, watch over us beneath the high sun, bring us home again when nights grow long. Your mother's companions bathed you in milk at your birth. The red-eared cow of the other world became your only nurse. 9 times the butter churned by you, 9 times the flow from your milker's teats. The pail resounds with your cascading gift. Divine maid of the dairy, coaxing milk from the skittish heifer with your song. You offer her first droplets to the she, trace her flank with the cross of Christ, soothe the bawling, orphaned calf with gentle touch. Sing sweet encouragement, Brigid, that we may overflow with offerings, that we may low in good contentment, sheltered together in you. Fisherman's shield. Sleep yet dully gnawing, he wakens, burrows up through dark. Whispering to herself, she too draws up from black to black. She lights a candle, he slides into his sweater, knit in calligraphic paths, blessed by dew on Brigid's eve as the saint passed by. Straightens it round himself, cold wool on warm underclothes, their home's best prayer entwines him now. Into the darkness steps. She hears his feet on stones along the path. He crunches down to join the waiting sea. Forgotten saint. She was a short woman, heavy hair the color of peat, plaited, pinned back recklessly, her skin a swarthy cast, hips, hands, forehead broad and strong as rock. She never read, nor spoke from a pulpit, and no, she didn't appoint bishops, hang her garment on a beam of sun, cause milk to flow from calfless teats. She never met St. Patrick, didn't catch the slippery Christ squeezed from his mother's pelvis, never was a goddess, though she believed in many. Her God was well accompanied. The land spoke to her. Birds' pathways meant much. A poem sung on an injured part could heal. Yeats would not have known her. We would not have known her. She would have stared at us from crooked brows if she had seen how we picture her. Would have trod on momentarily, a sort of prayer inherent in her breath, her step, her glance at the harebell on the moist edge of the spring. A small turn sunwise in the weaving of the cross, the three-armed cross of Brigid. Another small turn and the cross is spinning done, and the tying of the ends and tucking in. A long glance up to the trailing of the sun, to the long trailing rays of the goddess, filtering in through the curtain of the leaves, the curtain of the garment of the tree. Come back to your body, to your breath. Notice where you're relaxed, where you're tight or sore. You might want to change position or shake around a little bit, or do a couple of stretches. When you're ready, settle back down into a comfortable place. Follow the movement of air as you breathe in and out. The sound, the temperature, the sensation as the air you breathe touches your body. Listen for any sounds in your room, any sounds outside your room. Breathe. Allow images, associations, insights you may have been aware of as you listen to the poems come back to the surface. Don't try to force anything. Just allow whatever comes to drift it into your memory. Let them rise in you and trickle past. Gather together the attributes of Brigid which most attract you, those you want to embody. As you breathe them into you. Continue. Breathing in, I am aware of Brigid. Breathing out, I allow my awareness of Brigid to grow. In, out. In, out. Brigid around me, Brigid within me. Do you have a sense of the shape of Brigid in your life? How she calls to you? How do you answer? If you have a response or anything else you want to remember, take a couple of minutes now to record it. If there's nothing you want to write down, just stay with your breathing for the next 2 minutes and notice what thoughts and feelings come up for you. You don't have to act on them. Just observe as they flow by. Continuation. Initiation. I pledged myself to you one Imbolc long ago, in a steep and hidden wood, stepped from my old dress, sank in your ice-fed, furling stream, bare limbs motionless, head submerged in throttling otherworldly flow. Shock of you stripped breath, thought, time. I emerged flame-headed up moss-slick rocks. New robe awaited, but no cold could overtake. Laughed, wet and naked, among your trees. Possibility. Much that seems impossible unfolds with ease for Brigid. She feeds to a starving stray 5 cuts of cured meat, yet the 5 remain for the chieftain and his guests. On a smoke-black wall, a harp hangs heavy with dust, springs to life in novice hands at her request. Dead wood of an altar greens, thin shoots press forth, new leaves uncurl with the chance brush of her palm. There is much I extend no hand to, knowing I would fail. But she is here. I reach out with nervous finger, place weight on doubting feet. Visitor at the door. I tremble as paper, stirred by a gentle draft. The door of my hut is open before you. No cloak hangs over it to muffle the force of entry, obscure the intensity of your light. Inclusion. I have driven you into me like a sliver of rock, grown around you as the flowing flesh of a tree. Excuse me. Wielder of the sword. I don't crave that meeting with your sweetly crafted blade. Head from body severed, I roll apart. Whatever bit of me escapes in one last sigh, sublimed, no time for final thought. Nor do I wholly fear it. Life will always seem too short to me, but broad like mountain pasture it has been. Each step as if on different qualities of soil, each rock's voice unique, each glimpse of each familiar thing, however often seen, unlike each time before, again, yet new. I once yearned to ride your chariot headlong through the world. So many dreams to set in motion, so much to learn, to see, to do. Now, a junco scratching for birdseed in the leaf fall is more than I could ever hope to know. Don't hurry to take me, sacred swordsmith. Postpone the need to roll your sleeves, deliver the final blow. But when it comes, if I cringe in raw, reflexive terror, smile for me, long enough that I can see you. Then let me go. Stand strong. May I be filled with loyal friendship for the land and every being that she bears. May I remain pledged to the welfare of my people. Through trust and determined application, may I ignite with poetry, strike wisdom from the daily flint. May I forge a worthy foundation, lustrous and true. May I heal what is sick Make whole what is broken. For the goddess who offers us her body, who holds us that we may be and grow, does so for the benefit of the tribe, ours and hers. She supplies us many tools, carves out many paths. May I accept her gifts with gratitude. I swear by the gods my people swear by, I will stand strong. Conversation in Queen's Park. When we first met, I circled round you, taking note. This is how you differ from the one true God I had been schooled to. This is how you fit into the same garment that he wore. Wary, I wondered at your gentleness, the marvel of your womanly profile, familiar, saintly odor, new, sharp fragrance of goddess strength, and nowhere a gavel forcing agreement where none exists. You gave me room to breathe. I learned what I could of you, wove your images into me, dyed with you the patterns of my life, sunrise and sunfall, winter and spring. Soon I came to you with petitions and with prayers. Please protect us. Please stop the hurt. Please give me strength. I found sisterhood in you, your daughters coming to my table. We prayed together and built our lives. Then it came to me to give you thanks for all that was, all that had been, and all that never came to be, to offer praise and gratitude for everything. Stranger, mother, sister, friend, our time together grew long. I sit now beside you on an old park bench. This stone could be an altar, this park a sacred grove. You are a weathered and timeless woman. Your brown dog waddles elderly off its leash. I see you now, and there is only silence, nothing to offer, ask, or say. Like I am an ancient hazel tree, and you, my silent wife. My life as a bird. When at end of life my spirit is freed and takes wing, I will fly to you, a small wren, a dunnet perhaps, dun brown and barely seen in life, dun brown and barely seen in death, joyful, fruitful, feeding in the shelter of your great tree, polishing my bill against its bark. Your work shall be my enlightenment. I will rest upon your palm, gaze in simple trust into your labyrinthine eyes. This hand holds a hammer, this brow is ablaze, this pool is scattered with healing herbs. I see through your eyes discernment, generosity. I open my heart to the world. Come back to your breath, your body. Follow the movement of air as you breathe in and out. Notice the sound, the temperature, a sensation as the air touches your body. Know that the way forward is here for you. You need not worry or plan. Trust in yourself. Trust in your breath. Trust in Brigit. Please take the next 2 minutes to write down anything you'd like to remember later, or just lie back for a little while and let yourself steep in what you've experienced. May Brigid bless you with the luster of her poetry, the vigor of her smithcraft, the mercy of her healing. And may you walk under the protection of her blue mantle all the days of your life. One last song. I thank you for the river that flows far from sunrise, for the hidden opening of that stream, for the sacred growth that rises from those waters, for the sacred wisdom pouring from those leaves. Okay, that's the end. I have a couple of little things I wanted to say, and then there's time if anyone wants to. Well, this is one of the things I wanted to say. If anyone wants to ask any questions or share any of your insights or any experiences you had, and if Chris thinks that it will work, I'd be happy to have you turn on your mics to do that. And if any of you, whittled down from about 200 poems what you got today. And eventually a book will be coming out. So if there's anybody who actually would like to know when it comes out, maybe if you could give the host your email address, and I'll just put you on a list. And also I've got a poster in the downloads for about my courses, particularly about the poetry, Brigid and poetry course. And the URLs right now work, but sometime in the next couple of months, maybe, I'm going to be moved yet again to, but this time to a new portal that will be all my own. So I won't have to keep moving around after that. So if you, in 3 months, decide that you're interested in a course and the URL doesn't work, just do a search on my name and the course name, and you'll get it. All right. That's it.
And this is the voice of Viv. And if you ever want to catch up with our presenters and you didn't write something down, you're like, who's the lady that did poetry 5 years ago? Didn't she have a thing or something? You can email that to me and I will tell you names and URLs, and I keep up to date with everyone. So I can hook you up. Let me know. And then I also kind of want to tell all y'all that Mael's poetry course was utterly life-changing. I've taken a lot of courses. I host a lot of courses. And her poetry course was just an amazing act of love that she put together to begin with. It's something you could work on for an entire year and still not look at all the videos and the poems and the research and the papers she includes. And it's just amazing. It's creative and fun and deep and spiritual. So shout out for that. And then the voice of Vivian will mute and go back to the deeps and the darks.
And I don't know if Erin's still here, but I still have your cup, Erin. When Erin lived in Washington, whenever I'd go down to visit her, I'd drink out of this cup.
Yes, I actually posted in the chat while you were doing that. I recognize that mug.
It always makes me think of you.
Folks would like to know if they can buy your song recordings anywhere.
Not buy, but I've given 3 of them in the downloads, and there's 1 or 2 more on my SoundCloud page. I haven't gotten around to putting many up, but I don't know if you can download from the SoundCloud page, but this is one of the things that I hope to get together. I've recorded a lot of them, just my voice in the library. Don't worry, they have a soundproof room. And I just haven't gotten around to editing them and putting them up.
Some folks want to know what you're currently working on.
I almost said this webinar, but I'm not working on that anymore. I'm trying to. I am finishing the introduction and glossary and whatnot for the poetry book, and but I mean I've been doing that for a long time. So I'm trying to get that done very soon, so that I can send it out and see if anybody wants to publish it. And yeah, that's the main thing. Oh, well, I mean, I'm teaching the courses and writing herd on the Daughters of the Flame, and I've got my 2 Brigid blogs and, you know, endless Facebook stuff. I love Brigid, and I love being involved with people who love Brigid. So, yeah. And feel free to friend me on Facebook if you want to.
And then somebody wants to know if those are Salmon of Wisdom on the mug.
To me, they are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if they were to the person who painted it. But aren't they wonderful?
They really are. Oh, it's all the Northwest salmon species is what Aaron says.
I like to think of it as the Southwest. I live in the Pacific Southwest of Canada. That's okay. Everybody up here still refers to it as the Pacific Northwest. It's really weird. The Pacific Northwest is in the Yukon. But anyway.
Oh, sure. Go for it, Gemma.
Hi, Casey. That was so amazing. Thank you so much. You are astounding.
Thank you.
So, really interesting thing happened when you were asking us to connect to the moment where we felt like we belonged, that sense of belonging somewhere. And I had a flashback to one of my earliest kind of social events with my pagan family, who I had only just discovered. And it was a really poignant, pivotal moment in my life, having that sense of belonging with them. And then you asked us to reach for a notebook, and I have a collection of notebooks around me today because I've been pulling in notes from all over the place. And I opened the notebook, and the heading that I had on a page that I had never written anything in underneath it, but it was the date of that moment where I first felt belonging was written in my book with the event where it happened.
Wow.
So I had to share that with you because it was so incredibly powerful. And of course I just started to cry. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for telling us. That just gave me chills. That's so wonderful. Does anybody else have anything you'd like to share? You can unmute yourself.
Oh, I think Ash is going to share.
Yeah. Quiet as the fallen ash.
I am here for your gloves.
These are my bed gloves. I sleep with them on. Oh. Oh, is Ash now typing something? Is anybody reading that? I missed it.
I think they're still typing in.
Oh, okay.
Well, Ash did have a question about the how might current students be affected by website changes, but I know when Casey.
It's gonna stay up.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, because I'm a member of several of your courses, there's an onboarding process, and it's great, very thorough.
Yeah. The one that's up right now will stay up, so people don't have to move. But if you want to move over to the other one, just let me know, and I can move you over. Or I can't move your comments over, but I can invite you to both of them. I see words, and they all look like poetry to me, but I don't know if they are about anything in particular.
Yes, Ash wrote in connection with it was from a couple moments back when it was calling us to reconnect with the divine. Ash writes, endless stars spinning and twirling about, sunlight dappling through leaves, fluttering like a curtain, Leaves transparent like stained glass, encapsulating around me, soothing presence.
Mm. Mm.
Thank you for sharing, Ash.
Mhm. They don't seem that random.
Yeah, those aren't random at all. All right. Well, thank you for coming out. I appreciate you as always. It's wonderful to have you out, Mael.
Oh,
And
me?
yeah, you.
I thought you were talking to all of us.
No, I mean, all of you are very fantastic to have out, but I was specifically talking to you this one time.
Okay.
I appreciate everything you do. I know you work very hard on your presentations and you send them over and we have notes and we go back and forth. And this just really, you told me everything you were going to do and I was like, oh, that sounds great. And then you did it. I'm like, oh, I don't even know what I thought you were going to do. And it would have been great, but this is just magical and fantastic and just so different from other offerings, right? Like just so beautiful and unique and deep and well connected. And I just wanted to thank you for that.
Good. Thank you. I'm glad it worked out.
All right.
All right.
Well, it is 5 o'clock, so let me stop recording real quick.
Yeah.